Thank you, Joy, and thank you, Ted, for your excellent reports. The next important order of business is the issue of officers and executive committee for 2011. So I'd like to announce the slate of officers and executive committee for the coming year. A number of the folks were at the meeting earlier this week in San Francisco are not here, but for those of you here, do me a favor, just either wave or stand up as I call your name. The proposed chair for the coming year, Pat Hanley of Associates Insurance Services. Pat. The vice chair for the coming year, Davis Moore, up on the dais here from Worldwide. Pam Quillisi from Krause Associates as SLA Secretary Treasurer. Myself as immediate past chair. John Edak of Arch Specialty. Jerry Sullivan of Sullivan and Associates. Chris Brown up front here from Brown and Riding. Rupert Hall was with us earlier this week from MJ Hall. Phil Mazur of Sweat and Crawford. And you're here today, aren't you? Ann McNally of Wells Fargo Insurance Services. Ian Fitt in the front row here from Western Remanagers. Dean Andrighetto from San Francisco from Westchester Specialty. And Dennis, you're here, right? Dennis Brady from American E&S? He left. He had to leave earlier this morning. Okay. Before I go to the floor for any nominations, I would like to remind the membership that each nominee must consent to the nomination, present his or her qualifications, and undergo a background check by the CDI pursuant to the California Insurance Code and the SLA Constitution. So with that said, I will ask if there are any other nominations from the floor. Seeing none, I will ask for a motion that the nominations be closed. Is there a second? Second? Thank you very much. All in favor of closing the nominations? Any opposed? All right, note that there were none opposed. So now I'm in a position to call for a vote on the slate, and we can do this by a raising of hands, please. You've all signed in. Those that approve of the slate as is, please raise your hands. And anyone opposed to the slate as is, please raise your hand. I'd note there were no hands raised in opposition. The vote will be final here unless a quorum was not reached, and as Ted mentioned earlier, we'll hear about that shortly. But anticipating the way this will go, I would just, Pat, why don't you stand up? I'd just like to recognize Pat, who will be the new chairman, and thank you for your effort. Next important order of business is the appointment of our mediator. The executive committee at our October 2010 meeting approved the reappointment of Judge Harry Lowe as mediator. In accordance with our Constitution, the nomination is now submitted for the membership's approval. May I have a motion to appoint Judge Harry Lowe as our mediator? And I have a second, please? Second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? It's our honor, Judge Lowe, to have you with us again. Thank you very much. And now, without further ado, the man of the hour, Counselor Woods, our legal update.